Okay, now we're starting at the hill that we went down before to go to the store, but we're going to go the other direction. This walk will be towards the train station. Let's see how long my battery and my video capacity hold out. I think fine, but we'll see. A little bit warm today. Hope the camera doesn't overheat. I guess that happens sometimes. Ah, some shade. This is welcome. Okay. Let's take advantage of it. All good things must come to an end. There it goes. No more shade. I'll cut through here because I've never been over here. And we'll see. I guess maybe you can have some sort of fires here if you like, or if you're allowed. And obviously you can sit on benches here, which is nice. It's kind of cool. Probably kids skateboard or ride their bikes up and down these sidewalks anyway. maybe not so relaxing. Also goes way down this way. But I never walked through there before. I've passed it many, many, many times, but I've never walked through there. You can slide over here without the benefit of the sidewalk, crosswalk, because it's open. So, I'm not recommending that for anybody here. It's a safety buff. And here we are, a roundabout with a big bottle. I hope nobody drinks that bottle of wine. It's a lot. And there we go. So now we go on our right here towards the Palmela train station. There's been a few harrowing things here. We have to slide outside of this store where there's almost no sidewalk. I've done it many times before. Here for just a second to look and see what the traffic is like. Walk here, walk exactly on the line or a little bit to the right of it, but not so much that you end up in this little culvert over here, because you could twist your ankle very easily. You don't want to do that. Certainly don't want to get run over and get killed, because that will really ruin your whole day. Anyway, we're almost past the harrowing part. Definitely an old car. I don't know how they get a license to actually operate it here. Maybe they didn't. They're somewhat serious about inspections here, but then again, If people can't afford it or just are lazy, maybe they take their very classic cars and just don't go there. I don't know. There's the Aldi. This one might be. This one actually would be a favorite, possibly, of expats, because they do have all these in the States, of course. And I don't believe I've ever seen a Pingo Dos or a Lidl or a Continent in the States, so this would be your place to go. And of course, we do have the ubiquitous McDonald's and Burger Kings, which we saw before. This sign says closer to you. If you want to advertise, you can use that sign right there. It says welcome. This guy makes keys for your car, and I assume it kind of means for people that have lost their fobs or broken them or something, or maybe he makes a lot of his money from just replacing batteries, which it's interesting how many people don't bother with that. Quite easy. Usually requires prying something, and maybe people look at it, I don't want to break it, so I'm not going to pry it. But I've done it many times and never broken anything. So again, your mileage depends on how you drive. Don't complain that I told you could change your batteries and you broke your remote, please. Or maybe do. Go on Twitter and complain about it and make it go viral. Who knows? Why did I say Twitter? It's actually X. X.com. Yes, that's it. Very short, very easy to remember, hopefully. And we're passing yet another grocery store, Intermarché. They're based in France, basically. You have to watch out for those buses. You see how close they get? Now I'm on the right-hand side of the line, so I should be safe. Mile marker 14 of N252, which is not to be confused with the 379 that we were at before. They have no conversion between the two. Excuse me. From what I've seen, they're good, well-heeled or well-off people up in these hills. I walked up some of these roads, and there's a mailbox at the end here and a long driveway that goes past some seem to be common areas, but then seems to terminate in a place that looks like it's for someone's private home. However, there's no sign there that's bravado or anything, so I don't know the answer. Well, I guess he was in a hurry. No one waiting for the bus. And a lot of times people waiting for the bus here. And you can see they have their own path that goes up there and bypasses parts of the road. I went that way, I think, and it was almost impassable. I got up through there, but it seemed to go to that person's house. I will investigate that further one of these days. Perhaps it's not private and the street just goes by the person's house. I'm not one to challenge what looks to be private areas, though. Now we are in Palmela, which is like lower Palmela. And it is lower. Most of Palmela is higher, so there's where you get the name. So the kind of streets that are not very common, or maybe not even exist in the United States, where I am within less than 1 meter of the roadway with fast-moving cars. So in the United States, you're usually 10, 20 feet from the road, unless it's on a corner. I had a friend who was taken out by a truck turning a corner in Florida. She's not the same today. Good person, but physically got kind of messed up there. Anyway. And if you watch this, you know who you are. And now we have to sneak by a very, very narrow passageway. And if you're not careful, fall into the street where the cars